Thank you for tuning into this episode of Walden Wong Art. Today, we're going to be looking at Dave Cockrum's X-Men Artist Edition right over here. Before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about me. My name is Walden Wong. I'm a comic book artist for Marvel and DC Comics. You can check out more of my work on my website. It's waldenwongart.com. There's different tiers and links and like social media that you can take a look at, so check me out over there. And I also have a Patreon page which has different tiers that you can look at. My Patreon is patreon.com/WaldenWongArt, and if you want to show support, please think about going over there and checking it out. I also have mentorship, so if you're interested in that, check out some of the mentorship tiers where I would critique your work if you're an aspiring artist. So please share this video, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at this. I haven't opened this yet. We're going to open it on this video and we're going to look at this together. So here we go. Okay, next we have the X-Men Artist Edition, Artifact Edition by Dave Cockrum. Okay, here's the front. You can see some whiteout over here. And then we have the spine. And we have the back cover, Dave Cockrum. Now I'm going to open this bad boy up and then we can look at this together. I haven't seen the insides yet. I haven't watched any other YouTube videos about other people's reveals, so I like not looking at other people's videos and then seeing it for myself. And then now I'm going to be looking at it with you guys here. Thank you for tuning in. And again, remember to subscribe to my channel. Please like and share my videos. Here we go. Spot gloss. Right over here. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the inside. Before I do that, I like to take the center and open it up just to get it acclimated to the center of the book. Now we're going to take a look at starting from the front. The front inside front cover looks like this. Hopefully the back inside cover looks different. Let's see. Okay, good. Colossus is one of my favorite X-Men's. Okay, so let's take a look at the inside front cover. And again, always feel free to pause the video if you want to look and read about it some more. So when I started collecting X-Men, it wasn't really so much Dave Cockrum. I didn't really know who Dave Cockrum was when I was buying comic books. It was an introduction by, who's this? By Chris Claremont. Of course, Chris Claremont has a lot of words. If you look at some of the other artist editions where they're writing text in forward or introduction, the font isn't even that small. Chris Claremont, of course, the X-Men writer, writes so much that they need to fill in all the fonts, make it smaller to fit 2 pages, which is understandable. Okay, otherwise he's one of the best writers in the X-Men comic books. Here's table of contents. Now we get into some of the artwork. This is so yellow, probably a comic book page from Giant Size X-Men issue number 1. I have never actually seen the published Giant Size X-Men number 1. Never seen this artist edition, so this is my first time seeing this X-Men Giant Size number 1 ever. I have never seen any of the reprints. A lot of whiteouts. Probably was the field. Yeah, it looks like I see through the whiteouts. There's a field of crops over here, and it was changed. So a lot of things were changed. I don't know if it was changed, if Dave Cockrum drew them and then editorial asked him to change them, change the face over here, change this. So right from the get-go, I see there's a lot of changes in his artwork. Yep, there's a lot of whiteouts. So that tells me that either Dave Cockrum, when he was doing the artwork, wasn't sure, or it went through a lot of editorial changes later on. Okay, if you look at some of my other videos, feel free to take a look at some of my other videos after this one. You'll see me doing reviews of other artist editions, and then some artists are very clean where you don't see any whiteout, and then there's artists that uses a lot of whiteout. Now look at this. You see how this page is so yellow and you have to white out? Whiteout will stay white forever. Okay, it's like this white paint. Whiteout is good for covering up mistakes. Whiteout is not good if you're doing watercolor painting or marker painting and you need to color on top of the whiteout. It will repel your colors. Okay. Now, speaking of whiteout, I remember one of my mentors, Paul Smith, one of the artists that worked on X-Men, I think after a lot of John Byrne, and it was Paul Smith. And when Paul Smith took over, I got to know him, and he was teaching me how to ink with a brush. And I was telling him, well, I'm not really sure if I'm able to ink that well with a brush. He goes, well, if you make a mistake, just use whiteout. And it's okay to use whiteout, because if you use whiteout and then you fix a mistake and you draw on top of it, no one's going to know that you made a mistake, because when it gets printed, whiteout is just white. No one knows it's there. So it's always okay to use whiteout. Not only is it okay to use whiteout, you should also use whiteout to do special effects on top of your inking. So that's why I have bottles of whiteout near me, as well as whiteout pins, and then I'll use that for effects. And if there's a mistake somewhere, just go back in there and just white it out. It's okay to use whiteout. Okay, so here's more of X-Men. This is X-Men 95 now. Okay, so if you look at some of these characters, most of the design of these characters, like Cyclops, the visor and everything, it's still the same, but modernized from different versions of the artist that's drawing it, different styles. We have Professor X with those eyebrows over there. Now, this is pretty impressive, where the editors of IDW, who's able to go in here and get all these pages. Now, one thing we should say, I should mention, is that Artist Edition usually has a full story. Artifact Edition, like right here where it says Artifact, means that they don't have all the pages. They only have bits and pieces of this issue here and that issue there, where it doesn't create a Artist Edition, so it doesn't have the whole story. So when you see something that says Artifact, it's only like a page here and a page here. Like, for example, this is page 27, and then it jumps to page 31. And then you go to the next page, it won't be 32, it's like 18 and then 22. So everything is out of order. But when artists buys these, or like a casual reader, don't expect to read an Artifact Edition where it has a whole story. Artist Edition and Artifact Editions are really meant for artists who wants to study the artwork and to look at the art more in general. That's Stan Lee. That looks like Stanley. That's Jack Kirby right over here. So Jack Kirby and Jack Kirby and Stanley actually saw Scott Summers. So it looks funny. There's a whiteout on their faces. Probably Stanley saw his own face and say, "Hey, true believers, that is not me. You need to change my face to make me look more handsome." And Jack Kirby goes, "Yeah, that looks weird. Whatever, I don't care." This one does look like Jack Kirby though. Okay, here is Cyclops. I know sometimes drawing likeness takes a little bit longer, so if you don't get approved the first time, you just change it. There's a little glow whiteout, that's a whiteout here, so there was probably some kind of like motion lines over here. Okay, Banshee. Banshee was Chris Claremont's autograph right here. That's how Chris Claremont's signature looks like. Okay, let's take a look at some of the characters. This is really nicely drawn by Dave Cockrum. Wonder why. That's interesting. The inker's name was removed. The letter and colorist was removed. I don't know why that is. Letter. You know, if I was a letter and I letter all this, I would make it a point to letter my own name over there. So not sure why that disappeared. So there are interesting choices. Interesting choices why things are gone or added. Space shuttle. Okay, some white dots for the thought bubble. You know, in comic season, you know what? It's interesting. I just saw the thought bubbles with the little round circles. These are thought bubbles over here. Like these little balloons over here. I don't see that much in comics these days anymore. I guess the characters don't really think about what they're gonna do. Instead, they'll yell, which is these little lines, or they'll talk, or they'll think about it. Okay, here's this one. Ooh, look at this. This one looks like it's a spread. So I'm gonna move this in here so we can look at that spread. There we go. Now we're going to move it back. Let's see what's on the other side. Looks like a spread on the other side. This was drawn in 1976. Most of us weren't even born or reading comic books or collecting comic books or knew what a comic book was at the time. So this is a long time ago. Look at the face. So much whiteout. What's going on? Okay. So much whiteout. I'm pretty sure it's editorial changes. for an artist like Chris Claremont to be such a legendary artist, I don't think he makes that much mistakes unless it's like changes. Or you know what? Sometimes it's not even him changing. It could be someone from production in Marvel that would do the changes. I remember when I was doing a lot of stuff with Marvel, sending the original art to the publishers. There would be this guy. His name was Ponscum, Pondscum. He worked in editorial, and editors would tell him to change stuff, and he would be the one who would go in there. There would be that one guy, Ponscum. I don't know if that's his real name, but he was called Ponscum. Sometimes you look at the credits and you see his credits. You see the credits that will say Ponscum touch-up art or something. It could be editors telling him to make the changes, and all these whiteout could be someone that did something like that. So I take it back saying that maybe Chris Claremont changed some of those. A lot of times when the artwork is at Marvel and they're getting ready to print it, there is really no time to ship it back to the original artist that worked on it. So they have like someone else to do the cleanup work, just to get the book printed in time out there. Okay, we have this one. Okay, that is one large. This looks like a regular person. This is one large Nightcrawler, and these are little people. Just Jack Kirby again. Okay, we're gonna look here. Dave Cockrum, Nightcrawler. What's going on here? Nightcrawler is what? Nightcrawler is phasing through the wall. I didn't know he does that. I know he teleports with a bamf, but right here he's doing the Kitty Pryde thing where he's walking through the wall. That's interesting. I think that was how Nightcrawler used to not teleport but walk through the wall. You see, matter of fact, the face, you should. I would just stick my hand into the shadow, and wow, this is incredible. My hand, it was invisible. I got to try it with my whole body. Ramon, can you see me? I guess Nightcrawler, he's used to just disappear into the shadows, which makes sense with his name, Nightcrawler. I think it was later on that they changed him. Oh, he's bamfing right here. Okay, I know he does this. I didn't know that he would go in there and walk through the shadows. Well, I guess you can just walk behind the shadow and people can't see you. But here, it made it look like he's walking through it, not like walking and hiding around it. Okay, here's Storm. Let's take a look at some of this. Got you. Juggernaut in the X-Men. Wolverine's side of the head is so straight up flat. I want to take a Sharpie and just go here and draw these outlines. Magneto. Scott Summers. Who is this guy? Is that Multiple Man? Looks like Multiple. No. Eric, I don't know who that is. Okay, we're going to take a look at this page. And again, I know I'm going a little bit fast because this is a pretty thick book. Feel free to pause the video to take another look. I'll give it like a nice few seconds before I turn the page. This looks weird. These are the Star Jammers, I think, right? I think they're Star Jammers. Just look at the lip over there. Okay. Good. Okay, there. Yeah, I think these are drawn nicely. These characters. Continued after next page. There's probably like the page after this one was probably some kind of Twinkies ad or something, or some kind of apple pie from Hostess or something. Like if you were collecting comics back in the day, you would see these like little Marvel ads about Hostess cupcakes or Hostess apple pie or Twinkies, stuff like that, or Charles Atlas get buff ads or stuff like that. Okay, what is this? This is like a Sabretooth. If that's Sabretooth, that's funny looking Sabretooth. His head. Oh, there's a lot of characters in here. Okay, see, comment down below if you know all these characters, because I don't. I don't know all these characters. The only characters that I minutely kind of recognize is maybe this one without the head. The head looks different if that's Sabretooth. Okay, we're gonna go here, and it could be the same character that I'm thinking he is, Sabretooth, but maybe his face just evolved. We have this one here, yellowish pages, so yellow, and then we have Dave Cockrum Gallery. Again, here, feel free to pause the video. We're gonna look at, oh, this is the famous giant size X-Men cover. Everyone recognizes this cover. So nice to see this in his full size. Not only that, not that much white out. A little bit over here. I'm not sure. Was it GKD? What was that? Gil Kane? Is that Gil Kane or Dave Cockrum? Who drew that? Pencils by Gil Kane and inks by Dave Cockrum. DEC is Dave Cockrum. I wonder why Dave Cockrum didn't do the cover himself and Gil Kane drew it. Okay, this was for issue giant size X-Men #1. Okay, this is Foom #10. I don't know what Foom is. Never heard of Foom. And then we have X-Men 99. X-Men 102. Okay, whiteout, which is understandable for effects lines like what I mentioned earlier. Artists would just go in there, do this line, and use white to add additional white on top, like these bulbs over here. We have some of this line. This one looks like this one looks different than the original cover I seen. Okay, I think this is a homage to X-Men #1 or something. Okay, I think it is. Look at these lines with whiteout. And then we have this one, Star Jammers. That's right, Dave Cockrum's signature in blue. Sometimes looking at this, it looks like the actual signature. Okay, white spatter. We have all new X-Men. This is a famous cover. This is the Guardian from Alpha Flight. I remember when I was younger, they would have these trading cards with famous Marvel covers. This was one of the trading cards. I don't have that anymore, but it reminded me of seeing that. It's nice to see how the original art in full size looks. I don't know about that Wolverine head over there. I didn't even notice that until now. I guess this whole image, I would just see this image more. Who drew this? Cockrum and Terry Austin inked it. Okay, Terry Austin, I remember at the time he was like an inker that would sell the book. An inker that would be more important than the penciler. Okay, the Brood over here. That's this character. When I got to work on Wolverine and X-Men with Nick Bradshaw for Marvel Comics, I also got the chance to work on the Brood, so that was fun. Okay, so here's more. Who is this? Hi X-Men, I'm your new artist, John Byrne. I used to think John Byrne was John Brain, but I guess that's his name, John Byrne. Here is Iron Fist. This is what is this? Wolverine wearing a Sabretooth's costume. Nightcrawler miniseries. I think I bought this when I was a little kid. It was maybe a 3-issue or 4-issue miniseries, and this was one of the covers. When I was going to high school, one of my friends was also into Nightcrawler, and he told me about Nightcrawler, and that's how I started getting this. And then here is Cyclops. This is the inside back cover that we saw, and this is the inside front cover that we saw a little bit earlier. So right over here to the front, let's take a look here. Yep, and I think this is the actual original size that was drawn on. It's like maybe these are character designs. Okay, and here's character designs here. Let's take a look at the next page. Okay, and here is Nightcrawler with a typewriter that typed up information. Again, I'm going to bring it closer. Feel free to pause the video because I want to read this, but here is the information on Nightcrawler. Pause the video and then continue on. Face always in heavy shadow, an effect he creates himself. Okay, and then I like the way this Nightcrawler is drawn compared to this one. This is probably an early inception of Nightcrawler, and this is some of the newer ones. Okay, can't tell what that is. What's this? Is that a name? What is that? Comment down below if you know what that means, or if you can read that. Dave Cockrum, Marvel Girl. How about a new name? Well, I guess they stuck with Marvel Girl. Different designs though, not Marvel Girl. What's this? Is that an M over here? Okay, and then we have Black Cat. Black Cat. Black Cat looks like that. Which Black Cat? From what? From Spider-Man Black Cat or a different Black Cat? Was Star Genre's Black Cat that I don't know about? I don't know. Give a name Tabitha, call Tabby. And then we have Thunderbird. Thunderbird looks different than the Thunderbird I know today. And then we have some more character designs right over here. Okay, let's take a look at some of the sides here. Oh, more. Here's Wolverine, Nightcrawler, and then we got Storm and Colossus, and then Banshee and Cyclops. Of all these X-Men over here, I'm so sorry, Banshee, you're not as popular as some of the core characters. You're still around, so I'm sorry about you. Okay, here's Dave Cockrum's the 3 characters. Next page we have, see, that's easy for you to say. What is this? What's his name? Looks like, I don't know, looks like a gremlin. This looks like a duck. Duck-a-mock? What does that mean, duck-a-mock? Okay, look at the shoes. It even has like the flappers. And then we have Storm. Then we have Storm hanging around. This is a nice drawing of Storm. This would be fun to ink. All the hatch lines, the table line. This is a nice drawing of Storm. Okay, looks like an artist that could like one of today's DC comic artists. And then we have this. See, this Storm is drawn by the same artist, but look at the way this face is drawn. Look how nice that face looks. And then you have this Aurora's eyes. Look at these eyes. I like the way this face looks more like a normal human face. This was done in 75. This is 77. I wonder if this one was dated. This one was no date. 1975. Copyright 1975. So this was drawn before this one. This was drawn at the same time as this. Okay, we have more Storm. Not sure what's going on over here. It's all messed up. Okay, we have, who's this character? Squirrel Girl? Was that Squirrel Girl? Comment down below if you think this is Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl. And then we have Dark Angel. I don't know that much about him. The characters, I grew up reading comic books. These are the core characters from X-Men. I think when I started reading comic books, it was John Romita Jr. Working on X-Men. I think it was when Paul Smith left and I started reading John Romita Jr.'s work. I didn't keep track of the artists at the time. When I started working in comics, that's when I started keeping track of who drew what. Okay, there's a female Nightcrawler. I think that's a female Nightcrawler. I don't know what this is. Okay, this is from like little teeny Nightcrawler here. Dark Phoenix. Then we have, please, viewers, if you know the name of this character, comment down below because I want to know more about this character. I don't know anything about them. He looks like Wolverine, but he looks kind of weird. Maybe a little Nightcrawler, little inkling of a Nightcrawler or something. Bob Brown artist, no inker. Inker's name is not included, but the letter colors. Why would they do that? Strange. Maybe it's production that wrote this, but they didn't know who's going to be working on it yet. Okay, here's some of the pencils that Dave Cockrum done. It's amazing that they're able to unearth some of the pencils. And then we have the last two page. Here's the afterword written by Clifford Meth. Okay. And the very last page, Dave Cockrum bio. I'm going to bring this closer so you guys can see it. And feel free to pause the video and read it. Actually, I'm going to go in a little bit closer since the font is so small. So pause the video and read that. And move this up, pause the video, read that. And there you have it. And then the bottom, prepare, precise, productive, USSS Protest as is. Not sure what that is. The Protest Crew ID patch designed by Dave Cockrum. I don't know what that is. Actually, I think that's an actual patch. Okay, and in the back cover, and we have the back. And there you have it. That's Dave Cockrum's X-Men Artifact Edition. So that is the Dave Cockrum X-Men Artist Edition. Look how large this book is. Almost the size of my body right over here. So when you order this, depending on where you're ordering it, it does come with a little cardboard box like this, okay? And it fits in there nicely for shipping, so your books doesn't get damaged. So if you want to see the barcode, here it is, right over there. And if it's available on Amazon, I'll add links below the video description so you can order it there as well. Anything you order, I get a little bit of commission that helps have me make these videos for you. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Especially if you enjoy these types of videos, please like and share my videos and keep on drawing. So until the next video, I'll see you then, and keep on drawing. Bye bye.